loaded. Everything's streamed. You want to watch the pay-per-view, pay $9.99 for the network. You can watch it whenever you want. You can watch it live. You can watch it afterwards.
Speaking of that, how many times you seen Black Panther?
Three so far, and I will be seeing it for a fourth time on Sunday.
Well, we are tied right now, homie. We are tied.
Just to break subject for a second, amazing movie by far. Like I definitely have to say it's in competition for Marvel's best movie so far.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not that good. It's not as good as you think it is.
Shut up.
It really ain't. It really ain't that good. Key point. Everybody knows Black Panther wasn't gonna die when he threw him off the motherfucking waterfall. Spoiler alert, goddammit. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
That was a whack ass. That was whack. Woo! This kid, no, he ain't dead. Shut up. He's gonna be back in a minute. He's taking a break. That's all he's doing. He's taking a break.
Everything about now. Don't get me wrong. I do admit, and I have admitted that to multiple friends of mine after seeing the movie. Who, when I started putting some more critical analysis on the movie, of yes, that is definitely a plot hole in the fact that it's just so convenient that the Jabari tribe just happened to find him. And bring him to where they were at. Now, yes, of course, we knew as far as movie watchers that yes, the main character is not dead. We know that. Obviously, he has to come back because we already know that he's going to be in Infinity War. Like, we knew that coming into the movie. So obviously that was not his death scene. Not to mention the fact that technically this movie takes place shortly after Civil War. So in order for him to be in Infinity War, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Like, cinematography-wise, Wakanda was such an amazingly beautiful city that they for me it was an amazing movie. It's not that it wasn't as good as I think it was. It was, for me, it was good for different reasons than for others. Like, for me, it was amazingly beautiful to see. Let's get down to brass tacks and be honest about it. It was amazingly beautiful for me to see the black culture and the African culture represented in such a rich and positive way. And so for me, the movie was beautiful from that standpoint. Everything about the movie was beautiful from that standpoint. Now, take that away from a comic book standpoint. There were so many throwbacks to the actual Black Panther comic book. It wasn't even funny. So many homages. The fact that the beginning of the movie takes place in Oakland is a direct homage to the Black Panther Party. These are all things that struck me that when all put together, to me, make an amazing movie. It wasn't necessarily that the plot was super solid and oh my god, it was so well written. It was a decent backstory. It truly was. But was it the best, the most awesomest? No. But when you combine all of these factoids, for me, it made the movie spectacular because of the fact that there's so many ways this movie could have been made so horribly. And in such more of a mocking manner, but they took the time to have the right people do it, and they did it in the right way, and yeah, I'm super yes.
Yep.
And I'll be going to see it. I'll be going to see it a fourth time, and I'll probably take a break from it for a couple of weeks, and then when it comes out on DVD, I'll probably buy the DVD and watch it about 10 more times. Not because it's that amazing in a movie, but just because, like I said, for somebody like me, it's inspirational. It truly is. It's a beautiful thing to watch. One of my favorite. Don't take me wrong. You know my feelings on the matter. But one of my favorite scenes is when Martin Freeman's character Ross starts talking, and the M'Baku basically bark him down.
I will feed you to my men. I'm kidding. We are vegetarians.
That shit. I was just like, damn. I actually read an article, and I was telling a friend of mine about this, or my mom about this, the other day when I took her to go see it. Is that I read an article that had me dying that said we should be able to bark at white folk that speak out of turn. And I was like, nah, that's just taking it too far. And basically it was referencing that scene from the movie. And I was just like, man, come on, no, I'm not barking at some white dude. Like, nah. We didn't go on from the days of them thinking that we was dogs, brother. Like, let it go. No, we not barking at some dude. Like, I understand Black Panther makes you want to get back to your heritage, but no, we ain't barking at white people. No, I'm good. But at the end of the day, yes, and there was a very powerful message in the interaction between Black Panther as a representative of the African culture and Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger and a representative of Black Americans in the conflict that goes between them. And so like I said, on so many different levels the movie spoke to me, almost to the point where it was screaming at me, which is why I had to go see it 4 times to translate all the damn messages it was throwing at me. But I was just impressed with it. And like I said, I'll go see it. I'm taking my young daughter to go see it. And yes, I'm about to become a cliche because since I got my taxes in, I'm probably going to go buy both of us dashikis to wear when we go.
Y'all motherfuckers.
I'm going to pick her hair out,
don't do that.
pick my hair out.
Don't
oh,
do
yeah,
that.
Dog.
Don't be
it's
that
happening.
guy.
It's happening, dog.
Don't be that guy.
I done went to 3 showings of Black Panther dressed normally. I need to go to at least one in a dashiki. I have to.
Don't be that guy.
I have to.
You don't have to be that guy.
Yes, I do.
Nah,
no. And what was it? And not to mention the fact that and then the final angle I'll touch on before we get back to wrestling is that the women in this movie are so strong and so fucking badass. I want my daughter to see that. I want my daughter to understand that.
It was a very woman empowering, movie. I felt that more than the race of black empowering. I felt more of a woman thing overtone to it.
Well, see,
than a black thing. But I'm not black, so I don't. I don't have that connection.
Well, no, and that's a very key point to it. It's not it's a black thing you wouldn't understand. It's a matter of you got to understand what it's been like, because even characters like Luke Cage, which I very, very much love, but what is Luke Cage but a felon trying to make right in the world? You know what I'm saying? And it's still,
but he wasn't a felon. It was all fucking,
he was wrongly
framed,
accused,
man. He was
right.
Fucked up.
But you got these kids. But if this was the first, basically the way we feel to kind of encompass it to an extent is this is the first truly positive vision of our heritage that we've seen portrayed. Even though it was about a fake country, on the continent of Africa, it's still a positive representation of us as a people. And that's something that we don't really get to see that often on the big screen.
Yeah, I feel you.
And so that's where the pride comes in. Is you're watching these kings and these queens and like I said, it was a blackgasm. I'll be honest with you. It was a blackgasm. Like I was just I had Mexican friends of mine that went and saw the movie.
I've had one deal.
Yeah. No, hold on. This was what was funny. I had Mexican friends of mine. I was reading on their Facebook page, and then the quote was literally, "I'm not black, but my husband, my children, and a lot of my step family is. But after seeing this movie, even I'm proud to be black." And she was like, "I'm proud to be black by association." And I was just like, well, damn. Well, damn.
My brother.
For me, it's the same thing. It's just empowering because, and once again, I gotta digress before I get too deep into it. But There was a quote. There was a Facebook post, and I think you saw it because I liked it probably. And it was a little boy, and he's playing with his Black Panther toys, and it has a speech from the father basically saying, when they ask you why, why this movie is so important, so on and so forth, he goes, my son, and just really just synapsing. This is not a direct quote, but he's like, basically his son isn't picturing being a felon or somebody from the hood who's dressed up to try to fight gangs or something like that. He's imagining himself as a king who's beloved by all of his people, and it's just something that as black folks, we had to do that kind of in the corners. We really didn't feel like we could do that outright, and now we feel like this is a time in which we can teach our children about our heritage and the strength of our heritage and so on and so forth, and that some of them may descend from kings and queens. Not all of us, but some of us may. You look deep enough back in your heritage, you may descend from a king or a queen of Africa or Egypt or etc. And so it's that dream being put on screen. T'Challa is what every black American man would want to be. Or not T'Challa. I'd rather say N'Jaku, which is Michael B. Jordan's character, Killmonger. A black African man who finds out that he's royalty. That if he goes back to Africa, he's a king. He can be king. He can be king. He can be ruler. He can be somebody. After years and decades and centuries of feeling within the states like we can't be anything more than thugs and gangbangers, and outside of the rare few that were able to become scientists and astronauts, etc.
What you talking about? Y'all can be football players and basketball players.
Leave it up to your white ass say some shit like that. So anyway, that's why Black Panther means a lot to us. But I will be going to see it another time. And I'm sorry, Cole. The dashikis already gonna be bought. Sorry, bro.
Oh, don't be that guy, bro.
And that's what I'm gonna title the post on Facebook too. When I take the picture and put it up, I'm that guy.
Yep. I'm that guy.
Oh man. But getting back to wrestling. Unfortunately, you know what? I want to say this. The WWE, when it comes to Braun Strowman, is booking him well. I truly do like the way that they're booking him. But I think for this gauntlet match, I think that they failed miserably. I think he should have, if not been one of the first, he should have came in somewhere about midway. Because having him just kind of come in like that and toss the Miz around and then pin him and win the whole thing was just like, eh. I would rather have seen Braun like roll through like 4 or 5 dudes, or 3 or 4 dudes, on his way to winning the gauntlet match. Because we all knew pretty much Braun Strowman was coming out the victor.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know who was all in the gauntlet match. To tell you the truth, I didn't know like who was coming. I didn't know it was the 7 in the Elimination Chamber. I didn't know. I didn't. Like, I don't know if they said that shit before the match started or what, but I didn't hear that shit. Okay. I was rolling the joint when I was putting the motherfucker on, and it came on. I was still rolling the joint. I was smoking the joint. I was getting high, watching. I don't remember them saying it was gonna be the Elimination Chamber 7.
You just thought it was gonna be a random gauntlet match, huh?
It was a gauntlet match, and Roman Reigns was out in the middle of the ring chilling and shit, and I fired my joint, and Rollins' music hits. I'm like, oh, fuck, Rollins coming out to talk. No, he coming out to fight. Fuck. So it was a little exciting for me to see all that. But no, yeah, they should have had Braun Strowman, and he should have started it and finished it.
Yeah.
Just because of the way they've been booking him and his behind the scenes stuff, where he's flipping over big rig trucks and shit like that. Like okay, that guy he can last through a gauntlet,
right?
So put him in there and let him go through it. I do like how they did,